Reginald Daniels, a born and bred villager, said the book A History of the Guyanese Working People by Dr. Walter Rodney presents compelling evidence to prove that the land stretching from Mocha to Little Diamond on the east bank of Demerara belonged to the residents of Mocha. During a press conference hosted by the NDC on Saturday, Daniels read an extract from the book, which states that the lands were taken away from the freed slaves by the then government.
A notorious instance was the seizure of land by Plantation Diamond from Mocha Village in Canal Number 3, an injustice that was perpetuated in 1883 and only partially redressed by the courts in 1887 and in Appendix 32. I haven't read past this page in that book since, because when I went to Appendix 32, what I found, and we engaged a researcher out of London, is a handwritten petition dated in 1887 on behalf of the former Africans that were enslaved.
According to the 1887 petition, the land remains in the undisputed possession of the petitioner until about 4 years ago, when it was illegally, unfairly, unjustly, and wrongfully taken possession of by the executive government and added to Plantation Diamond. The petition said the freed slaves were farming on the lands.
Put yourself back in the 1800s. These Africans that were enslaved for centuries, can you imagine any one of them going on land that was not theirs? Picture the mindset of those slaves that would have been so petrified. Basic, if they were even caught learning to read or write, was beaten within an inch of their lives. Do you think any one of them would go on land by their former slave masters that were not theirs?
The lands which are being claimed are the entire backlands stretching from Mocha to Little Diamond all the way back to the Lamaha Conservancy. Daniels plans to make these submissions to the ongoing Commission of Inquiry into Ancestral Lands, where a number of persons have already made claims to lands which they believe belonged to their ancestors. He noted, too, that if the government puts the Lombard and Broad Street squatters on these disputed lands, then the COI finds that the lands indeed belong to the former freed slaves, then the administration will find itself with a more complicated issue to address. Davina Samaru, Newsroom.